Afghanistan lies at the crossroads of Central Asia, the Middle East, and South Asia. The country has an area of 652,862 square kilometers and about 39 million inhabitants. The capital of Afghanistan is Kabul. The official languages are Pashto and Dari, a dialect of Persian. Afghanistan borders Iran to the west, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan to the north, China via the so-called Wakhan Corridor to the east, and Pakistan to the south. The approximately 2,450-kilometer border with Pakistan dates back to British colonial times, is also known as the Durand Line, and its course is not precisely defined. The landlocked country consists largely of mountains and is therefore relatively high in elevation. Less than 10% of the country's land area is below 600 meters above sea level. The most important mountain ranges are the Hindu Kush, the Khoi Baba, and the Safid Koh. In the Khoi Baba rises the Helmand, Afghanistan's longest river, which drains into Lake Hamoun via the Sistan Basin, which extends to the southwest. On the northern border runs the Pamir River, which merges with the Panj and eventually flows into the Amu Darya in Turkmenistan. The Central Highlands have a continental climate with hot summers and very cold winters. In the northeast, with the exception of the valleys, high mountain and tundra climates are found. Large parts of the country are very dry and various steppe climates are found. Finally, especially the southwest and smaller regions in the north and southeast have a desert climate. The last decades have been extremely conflict-ridden in Afghanistan. At the beginning of the Cold War, the non-aligned Kingdom of Afghanistan received financial and logistical aid from both the Soviet Union and the United States. In the 1970s, there were coups and changes of government, and finally, in 1979, the Soviet Union intervened. A war lasting about 10 years, in which rebels such as the Taliban were supported by the United States and Pakistan, led to a strong militarization of the society. The 1990s were characterized by civil war, in the course of which the Taliban were able to bring a large part of the country under their control. Against the backdrop of the terrorist attacks in the US in September 2001, the US and allied countries invaded Afghanistan. Despite a large-scale reconstruction effort and the presence of NATO troops, the country was never fully pacified, and after the withdrawal of the Western Alliance, the radical Islamic Taliban regained control of the country within a very short time. Since then, the official country name has been the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. Sharia law applies, and women's rights and freedom of speech are severely restricted. Today, Kabul is not only the largest city in Afghanistan, with a population of about 4.4 million, but also the political, economic, and cultural center of the country. Other important cities are Herat, Kandahar, Mazar-i-Sharif, Jalalabad, and Kunduz. The population of Afghanistan is very heterogeneous and belongs to different ethnic groups and tribes. The largest ethnic group is the Pashtuns, which make up about 42% of the population and speak Pashto. Tajiks make up about 27% of the population and speak a variant of Persian. They are predominantly Sunni. The Hazaras, who also speak Persian, make up 9% of the population, and they belong to Shiite Islam, which causes discrimination and persecution. Other ethnic groups include Uzbeks, Turkmens, Imaks, Baluchis, and Nuristanis. Virtually the entire population professes Islam. Sunni Islam is clearly in the majority. Only about 20% of Afghans are Shiite. Agriculture plays an important role in the Afghan economy, and although only a very small part of the country can be farmed, about half of the Afghans are employed in agriculture. The cultivation of wheat, for example, is important. Much more lucrative, however, is the cultivation of opium poppies for the production of opium and the cultivation of cannabis for the production of hashish. According to reports, Afghanistan is now one of the world's largest producers of opium and hashish. Afghanistan also has various mineral resources. These include iron, copper ore, natural gas, coal, lapis lazuli, and petroleum. Reports also suggest that there are significant lithium deposits in the country. Nevertheless, Afghanistan is one of the least developed countries in the world and economically one of the bottom performers in Asia. That's all about Afghanistan for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time.